You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
Let me ask each of you this question. Something else happened on Capitol Hill today. Congresswoman Katie Hill of California. She is resigning, gave her last floor speech. Her and her supporters say she is being targeted by right-wing extremists who have been leaking naked photos of her. Of course, she has been accused of having a sexual relationship with a female campaign staffer who also worked on her campaign. She says, no, it didn't happen when the person worked for me on Capitol Hill, but happened during the campaign. There was this love triangle happening between her, this woman, and her husband, her estranged husband who's getting divorced. But here's the question. Should she have resigned?
I don't think she should have resigned unless she'd violate, even if she'd violated a rule, that comes down to you being punished, censured, admonished, whatever the punishment is. She, to me, has a right to privacy. All of that stuff that happens with this person before she becomes a member, to me, is nobody's business. But we live in a world
business is out there, though.
We live in a world of clicks and Twitter justice, of cancel culture.
Yeah.
And so the minute that the sort of Republican, and you can see that there was a right-wing sort of effort there to get the pictures out, and I know the husband thing and all that, but the point was, clearly it was a political thing. She's in a swing seat. That was a red seat before she got there, so there's a political, thing going on in the background against her. But she, to me, shouldn't have resigned unless there was something else that we don't know about that's against the law. Otherwise, none of that was anybody's business. Her husband had no business putting that stuff out. What people do in their private, what adults do over the age of 18 is nobody's business as long as there's consent. And so it's confusing to me as to why she resigned. Now, had she broken this rule with regard to having a relationship with a staffer, whether that staffer was a campaign aide or not a campaign aide, that's a violation of House rules. You get punished by that by the Ethics Committee. But of course, as usual, in the culture we live in now, right, there's no time for investigation. There's no time to look into anything. There's no time to give anybody a chance to tell their side of the story. And so she just resigned. Now, I will say this at the end. I'm amused by some of these feminists because I think if this was a man, they'd be saying something completely different. But I don't think she should have resigned.
Well, that's probably true, but Senator Al Franken resigned also without a judge or a jury or any investigation. He was cooperating with them. This whole body shaming, porn shaming thing is highly inappropriate. In fact, it's illegal. It's illegal under federal law to put pictures of anyone naked that you have a relationship with, to body shame them or to porn shame them. Look for the feds in that jurisdiction to start investigating the husband. It was interesting. The husband said, listen, I know my wife was bisexual. I can deal with her having a relationship with a woman, but not with a man. And she was having a relationship with a man and a woman. So it is kind of, it's a weird relationship, but it's their business. But most of the time, having represented a number of politicians and elected officials over the years, there's more to it. What's out there isn't the whole story. She didn't resign because of the pictures that were released by the right wing. She resigned on what's not out there. And as a result, she was not electable, and the Ethics Committee loses jurisdiction when she resigns, so there would probably be more. So that's really why she resigned.
And yeah, I would agree.
And of course, all House seats are up for re-election every 2 years, and so she would be dealing with the primary, then the general election, and so all of those are factors. Go right ahead, Greg.
No, you read my mind, brother. I was going to say, in addition to everything that's been said, which I think is spot on, you just said it. This is a political universe we're living in. It always has been, and probably always will be. The Democrats have decided, at this moment in time, that their political brand has something to do with this question, with the idea of integrity and morals. And so they unilaterally disarm whenever something comes up in the idea that this imaginary 3 white voters in the world is going to somehow come to them because they slaughter their side's transgressors, whether it be an Al Franken or a Hill or, the late John Conyers. And I'm not trying to compare them to other than to say that any hint. Meanwhile, the Republican Party playing their brand, they've decided that they are the brand of patriarchy. They are the brand of when they're a star, they let you do it. I moved on her like a bitch. I grabbed her by the pee. In other words, this is our brand. So, yes, you're absolutely right. Had Hill been primary.
Yeah, but Greg, what about personal responsibility?
There is no such thing in politics.
There is some recklessness on her part vis-a-vis pictures even being taken, quite frankly, and then put in possession of those who would do the shaming, if you will.
So if that's
you gotta
true,
have some personal responsibility.
Why aren't the Democrats? You want to talk personal responsibility? Let's talk about Duncan Hunter. Why aren't they talking about Duncan Hunter?
They did Franken the same way.
Katie Hill. No, let's talk about this.
But there is a segment of personal responsibility.
Why do Democrats go harder against their own than people in the other party that are doing worse, like Duncan Hunter?
I can't answer that, but
if they want to message what Greg just said, which is the purity test, message it against the Republicans.
That's right.
Which would be Donald Trump.
But if she's not electable because of these pictures,
you don't know that she's
the
not
Democrats want her out sooner than later. This is a political move. If she's not electable in that swing state,
George Papadopoulos is going to run for her seat.
Oh, I don't know.
George Papadopoulos is going to run for her seat.
Okay, he is running for her seat. But my point is, the Dems, as Greg said, the Dems, they do have this kind of purity test, and they want to win the vote. They don't want to win the vote. They want to win the argument, if you will.
Let me tell you something.
And so they want her to leave so they can put somebody else in there to run that will be stronger.
With what we know right now about Katie Hill's situation,
I'm not judging Katie Hill.
She did. That's what we're talking about.
I'm not judging her, though. I'm just saying there's some recklessness on her part, and the Dems may want her out to put a stronger candidate there because she's damaged herself, or others have damaged her.
She's done nothing.
She's been damaged.
Does Papadopoulos win?
You don't know that.
Does Papadopoulos win?
There's some Republican segment.
The election happened last week. You don't know that she can't win again.
The Democrats are predicting.
1 second. Here's the deal. She did not have to resign.
That's right.
That's true. She did not.
So 1 second. She did not have to resign. She made the decision. You did not have the level of public pressure put on her that you saw put on Senator Franken or Congressman John Conyers.
That's true.
So I would dare say, to Scott's point, with her resigning, must be some other stuff out there.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Yep. All right, folks, Luxe Jazz Experience taking place in Cabo, November 7th through the 11th next week. Yours truly will be there. We want you to be there as well. Go to lifeluxejazz.com, LIFELUXEJAZZ.com. 14 acts, Gerald Albright, Kirk Whalum, Average White Band, Shalea, Ronnie Laws. I mean, it's going to be jam-packed. Now, here's the deal. If you can't go, I understand. But you can also participate by getting the live streaming pass from GFNTV.com. GFNTV.com. $10.99. You'll get to see all of the concerts over the course of 3 days. It's fantastic. Oh, did I tell you that GFNTV.com, black owned? Yeah, as well. And so also, Life Love Jazz Experience, black owned. The sister created this to provide an opportunity for African Americans who live in a lot of these cold states, even though climate change has screwed that sucker up, to opportunity, of course, to hang out in Mexico for 4 days and have a great time. I'll be doing Roland Martin Unfiltered there next Thursday and Friday from Cabo, but you can experience the concerts by going to GFNTV.com and getting your live streaming pass. So please do so, and we look forward to checking it out. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.